Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. It's Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and I'm back with another budgeting video. For those of you who are new here, I do have some new people, some background. We are a two-income household. My husband and I both work full-time. We live in the state of Iowa. We have 3 kids under the age of 10. My husband is employed, like local government, like roads department, sort of, and not sort of, local government roads department. And I am, I work in human services for a nonprofit in our state. So let's jump into our biweekly budget. So we both work full time. We are paid biweekly on the same weeks. So let's jump in. What I budget with is our net income. So this is after taxes have come out. This is after benefits has come out. This is after retirement has come out, all of those things. I guess for anybody, I don't know how it works in any other state, but I do get questions about retirement because I don't talk about investing, and I would love to be doing more investing. And that is certainly something that is upcoming, but we do both pay into, if you're from the state of Iowa, or I'm sure other states have like comparable things, both of our employers pay into IPERS, the Iowa Public Employees Retirement System, maybe, if that's what it stands for. So we are both, paying into that fully, and our employers are paying into that fully, and have been for, I'm at like 8 years, and my husband's at 11 maybe, with an employer that pays into that. Okay, so I am expecting $1206.34 for myself. My husband is expecting $1554.44. And that's all we're going to be budgeting with. Don't budget any extra income until we know that we have it. So that puts our total expected inflow at $27.60.78. So we move down to our fixed expenses. I don't think much is impacted here. This is our second paycheck for the month of May. May is a magic month for us, so we will get a third paycheck. We set aside half of our internet bill. So setting aside, $29.11 is actually what the second portion of it should be. For our phone bill, I am setting aside $196.08. For our life insurance, I set aside $131 per paycheck. Those are our main fixed expenses. These are 3 sinking funds that we fill. Insurance, vehicle registration, and workout, and I fill them as though they are fixed expenses because they are bills that do need to be paid at the end of the year, or at the end.
Blessing gave it to me. All 3 of us have one.
All 3 of you have one? Okay. Well, this is beautiful. Tell me about it.
So at art we're making a fish craft, and that's what we're just supposed to do.
Those shoes are all too small. I don't know. Wherever you left it.
Oh my God! What the fuck, people? Who keeps taking it? I put it on.
Where did you put it?
I put it on the white counter.
I think, is it out on the counter by the door? Those shoes are all too small for you. That's why they're in that bag. Please don't dig through it. All right, so these do need paid and funded when they are due.
Mommy, can you unlock my tablet? I won't watch it.
We'll talk about it when I get up.
No, I'm not.
Like, go work on the chore, and then I'm willing to do it when I come up for a little bit.
No, I'm not getting ready.
All right, workout subscription, we are setting aside $5. Vehicle registration, we obviously pay yearly. Mine was due in May, or the one vehicle that I drive, and everything else is registered for my husband. It's due in September. And insurance, the insurance for our home and vehicles, we pay every 6 months. That's due in the month of May, but that isn't fully funded for this month, so I don't have to set aside anything in there. So our fixed expenses here in this category add up to $396.19. If we subtract that from $27.60.78, we are left with $2,364.59 to budget. So I will pull that down here to the next category. And this is the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook. And it is the PDF, the download, the printable version, and then I download it. I print off only the pages that I want and put it in a happy planner. So moving down to our variable expenses, these are things that we cash stuff. So $2.80 every 2 weeks for groceries. Allowance for myself and my husband is $70 a piece, so that's $140. I go out once a month with my coworkers after our monthly team meeting, and so I budget $20 for work meals specifically for that. $60 for drinks, $100 for dine out. Amazon subscriptions is where the majority of our household expenses come from, and things on subscription. So deodorant, paper towels, toilet paper, toothpaste, dishwashing pods, all that sort of stuff.
Wait.
So all sorts of just household things. I believe it should be about $65 for the May subscriptions. Dishwasher. Quick Start gas, $125.29. The 29 cents is a convenience fee. I buy and reload Quick Start gift cards to pay for our gas through an app called Raise Right, which is fundraising app for our school. And the money that goes back to our school, they take 100% of that, of what we earn individually through those gift cards, and buy and put it on our school lunch account. So $30 I'm budgeting for 2 car washes. And then school lunch is a variable expense. I have no idea. I don't know. They bill us at the end of 2 weeks, so I'm budgeting potentially $100. And then I don't have anything right now for miscellaneous, but something always pops up, so I'm leaving that line there. Okay, so that should leave our variable expenses budgeted for $920.29. If I subtract that from the $2364.59 that we started with in this category, then we have $1,444.30 left to budget as we move on up to our sinking fund. So I will transfer that up here. And then we get into our sinking funds and savings. So I'm putting $25 in the vacation sinking fund right now, kind of lazily saving. $50 into LP, which is future winter heating cost. $50 goes into our kids sinking fund every time we get paid, online sinking fund. Medical, I think I had to change that, $167.65. So another amount is due, so that's not going to go into our sinking fund. It's actually going to go right to the medical expense to cash fund that for one of his, it was probably the CT because that was the most expensive scan. That's probably the out-of-pocket portion for that. I'd have to look for two. That sounds right. Daycare, $160 I set aside every time we get paid for our summer daycare. We put $40 in cash into Christmas savings challenges. And I have $24 going to our holiday binder, $200 going into our minis, which fund our sinking fund envelopes. Nothing, I guess, going into the home and pet binder. I don't know why I did that. And $80 in the Save 2025 and 2025 challenge. We are just transferring that right to our high yield savings. Okay, so that means that our savings total should be $796.65. And if I subtract that from $1,444.30, we are left with $647.65. Okay, on the Wells Fargo card, we pay the minimum each month, or the minimum of what we need to have it paid off in the correct amount of time, which is $365. But with this paycheck, we're going to pay $265 of that. And then I missed something. My kids' allowance. I didn't put that in there. I don't know how I missed that. But anyway, that's $18. So I don't know if that's enough. $265 plus 18 plus I am planning on making an extra towards the city. Yeah. Everything else sort of goes there. So $364.65 is what I anticipate to put towards the city card. And then if any of these bills are less, if there's rollover, that's where I'm putting it, because that is, I guess, what we are. Technically, it's not really snowballing anymore because it was the larger balance. They're both 0% interest, and the 0% interest promotion runs out on the city card first, which is why we are pushing that one. This one, if we pay $365 a month, will be paid off. Nobody's screaming, so I assume everyone's okay. It will be paid off before interest accrues. This one will not. So that's where I'm pushing everything there. So $265 plus $364.65 plus 18 is $647.65, which is what we started with in this category. So that brings us to our zero-based budget. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button on the way out. A comment down below, and I would love to hear about your upcoming budgeting, and if it's as exciting for you as it is for me to set up budgets. And please hit subscribe to stick around. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.